sit down, buckle up, 50 minutes of video, 18 hours of work. Go! Okay, so welcome to episode 3. So we've been through the first 2 episodes of kind of the main part, just getting started, explaining what's going on. So episode 3 really is now getting into some of the legwork, so it's quite a long-winded process. So I'll just talk through a bit of it first, and then I'll get into just running the time lapse to sort of skip over the work that I'm doing. And we'll have a little summary at the end, just when we're ready to start moving things over to the Unreal Engine. So where we picked up on last time, we've started creating some of the groups to store the geometry in, and we've had a quick look at simplifying aligning one of the parts to the grid. So we'll just start hiding some of these parts. Need the collection out, so that stuff we're going to move, get rid of the containers. So we'll have what we're going to do. We want bash through this. We want collection 5. We'll have floors. Floor. What else do we need? We'll have entrance. Just kind of making a few words up as I go here. I might rename them later. I'll tell you what, we're going to stick. Two, so come on. TARDIS can have its own folder. Signs. Have their own folder. Let's bang a couple more in. What else are we going to want? Props. Props. What else do I want to start putting into different things? Props. Outer walls. We've got arcade walls, so arcade inner, because that's machines. We've got the arcade machines inside. They deserve their own group because there's quite a few of those. Then we'll have outer arcade inner, because that's kind of the main part of what's going on. And then walls. Oops. Okay, that'll do for now. So we might put things in a different place later on, but that will get us started. We've actually got, just realised down there, so there's a mini version of the map, just a very basic. So I imagine that was done for generating the light map originally. So what we'll do is we'll get rid of that because we don't need it. It's just wasted geometry. Should have left it down there as a little what do you call it? Easter egg, but I won't worry about that. I've not got, there we go, because I haven't got see-through walls on. That's better. I missed a load of little items down there. Who's that one? Ah, that's the TARDIS. I wonder if I can pick it up. It's magic. Come on, that's it. Delete that. Doesn't want to go away. There's still some more. Oh, tiny little stuff there. Quite a lot of finite detail in that. There's still more of it I can see. Oh, there we go. Gone. Right. So, back to what I was doing. If I stick that so we can see it, we'll turn the textures back on later. So that's going to be floors. That was just working a minute ago. Floors, bunk nose, in. Okay, so move those to floors. So if we make floors invisible, then we know where we're going, as they gradually disappear. Stick the floor from there in there as well. Signs, let's grab a top view. Let's grab that. Go to signs. Make signs vanish as well. I should make them all invisible, then as they disappear I know where they're going. Make my life easier. That's a sign over there. So stick with me, we'll all get there in the end. Signs. So you notice I'll stop talking because I can't talk and work at the same time. I get confused. Brain can't handle that many things. Don't know all of them. So clunk, 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 clunk. So all these nice little props are nice and easy just to get rid of into the props folder, which isn't invisible yet. Props, good night, signs, machines. So that should go in scenery buildings, missed that one. Move scenery. More there, move scenery. Right, so we're getting a bit down to the. So what we will do is kind of stick the TARDIS away. All of that, move into TARDIS. Lights, there we go. So these are the fancy ones to try and get hold of. Stick them all in their own folder just to, rather than with props. Again, blind, did I not do signs? Lights even, I didn't do lights. Let's create a new folder, lights. There we go. So 1, 2, move into lights. And we need to make that invisible. And the light bulbs, obviously we'll probably get rid of those afterwards, but there's quite a few lights around. I have all of them. A couple down. I didn't want that one. I'll start again. Get off. Clicky clicky mad. So let's top view again. Let's make it easy. I'll get rid of all these walls at once. Oh, I didn't do doors and windows. Move those into walls, outer. Get rid of that. Doors and windows, just because they're going to be glass and other movable items. So. Doors, windows. Doors down there. Move doors and windows. I'll tell you what, save you sitting here watching all of this. I'll do this in time lapse as well. So if I just pop down there, and we'll see you shortly in a bit of fast forward. So I just figured out why everything was pink with the geometry. I'd actually renamed the folder all my textures were in by accident, so I've put that right now, so everything should be good from now on. So, just made myself a nice cup of tea. So thought I'd try something new. Got some Lapsang Souchong. It's different. It tastes a bit like smoke. Basically, I haven't read up on it. I didn't realise all tea are made from the same tea plant. All the different teas, they're just cultivated sort of differently, or cut differently, dried differently, processed differently. But they're all basically the same thing. So it's a Lapsang Souchong. It's actually what makes it different from most of the other tea blends around. It's actually dried over hot embers from burning pine trees, or the wood from pine trees, I should say. So it gives it a smoky flavour. So it's quite interesting. But anyway, that's a different story. Back on with what we're doing here. So we've just quickly separated everything down into all of the groups that we got there. And now, so I'm just starting in the middle of the map. I'm getting into just joining things together. Actually, I think that I probably want to make part of the outside, so I've just got it in a different group. I'll move that back to the outer arcade walls. That one, and that one, and that one. Move, so you can just keep moving these things around if you decide you want things in different groups. So it's not a big deal. It just depends on how you want to edit them together and whatever's easiest, really. I think, like I said before, you could have them done by building, or you could have them done by area of the map. So that's basically the first bit I'm going to work on. So actually, we want to get rid of the building parts. Just look at the roof. I actually found some new tools which we can make things a bit quicker. So we want all of the vertices, so faces, all faces. We can actually try us to quads, so that will get rid of some of them. Not many in this case. So we'll have that one from there up to there. Make that one face, that's already one. We'll have that one up to there. That's a bit of an odd shaped one, but we'll have all of that face. Might come around and move them around a bit later, but again, it's just something to get us started. So that's about right for that. And the other thing, which I wasted quite a bit of time doing everything manually, but there is, if we do all of that, at the moment, when you look at where everything is on the grid, it's slightly off. So if I get to the right zoom level, so I don't want to do it per meter, but per 10 centimeter blocks, roughly what I want to do, I can shift S, selection to grid, and it moves all of the vertices to the nearest intersection of the grid points. So that would actually save quite a bit of time doing that. And it just means if there's anything I want to move, I can then just tweak it individually. So if we look at underneath, so we'll do the same thing. So we finish with the roof, we'll grab the sides. Want to edit those. Faces, all faces. See if we can get rid of some of the tries, turn them to quads. Yeah, that makes it a bit quicker for us. And grab all of the vertices and shift S, selection to grid. Control Z, don't want to do that. I'm talking and not thinking. We want to get into one of the top side, or bottom or left or right, either way, but as long as it's a straight view. Get zoomed into the grid level I want to work out, so 10 centimeters. If I zoomed in even further, I could align them to within the nearest centimetre, but because it's buildings, 10 centimetres is about right, as I said in one of the first and second videos. So Shift S, selection to grid. So that should now have aligned most of what I was doing. It's just going to be a couple possibly off. Let's check it from the side. So it's pulled it into the right level there. I think that's looking good. So let's turn that. See through view off. Right, okay, and then I think before I carry on, I'll save that there. And then we'll go back into another time lapse just while we work on the rest of the buildings from there onward. That's basically it. See you on the other side after me cap of Lapsang Souchong. So that's the time that's coming to the end. Nice bit of chill out music there. And well, I think so there we go. We have all of the main geometry simplified, aligned to the grid, and so what we'll do, we've got everything that we've done in a done folder, all of the props, so we've got the reference characters, the containers, which I'll do separately, a little TARDIS up there, lights, signs, so all the signs around the place, barrels and things like that. So all of these other little bits and pieces we'll deal with separately, and possibly just recreate those. But the main geometry that we have there, which is now visible, we will, in the next episode, export that over to Urban Terra, what am I talking about? Unreal Engine, and that will form our link then. So then as we iterate back and forth, making edits within Blender, as soon as we export them, we can just click refresh in the Unreal Engine and they'll be updated instantly. That's it, guys. So I don't imagine you've watched through the half an hour or so of time lapse, but if you did, well done, and I'll see you in the next episode. And there we go.